Because of that, the best scene in Rogue One is the Darth Vader massacre at the end of the movie. Now, I'm not a complete loser. I do love a good action set piece, and boy is this scene an awesome bit of action. But that's not the reason why I love this sequence so much. We spend a whole movie with these characters we just met, only for them to be killed off, and at least in the rest of the movies, never mentioned again. These characters sacrifice their own lives just at a chance of potentially destroying the Death Star. When the rebels are passing the plans off to each other and the door gets stuck, it makes you realize how close of a call this whole thing was. Had there not been a rebel on the other side of the door, then all the lives lost on Scarif would have been for nothing. One misstep and it would have all been for nothing. All these men in this hallway sacrificed their lives just to put the rebels in this position to win. When you watch Rogue One and the sacrifices so many people made, it adds more emotional weight to Luke destroying the Death Star. All these people died just so Luke could be in this moment. Everything that happened in Rogue One and A New Hope builds up to this moment, and it pays off wonderfully. I love the theme of sacrifice that Rogue One conveys, and while Vader's massacre is brutal, it also in a way shows the bravery of so many men. That is the main reason why this is the best scene in Rogue One. But this is Vader's massacre, and it actually does add to the character of Darth Vader. Up until this point, we only heard how powerful Anakin/Vader was. Granted, he was powerful in the prequels, but the Vader we see in the original shows his power in a different way. We see his intimidating nature and how he has no qualms about disposing the lives of people who have failed him. But at least in live action, we never saw the physical side of Vader. When I think of Vader in a battle, I like to think of a tank. Something that's slow, but man is it powerful. The ending of Rogue One absolutely portrays Vader as a tank. This single moment though that really hits home is the reactions of the rebels. One of my favorite sayings when it comes to storytelling goes something along the lines of, it's not the action that's powerful, but the reaction that's powerful. When a beloved character dies, it's usually the reaction of those around the dead character that make the viewer emotional, not necessarily the action alone. Seeing the facial expressions of the rebels lets us know that they are shitting their pants in real time. And just the screams of one of the rebels yelling "help us" was wonderfully acted. The horror in his voice is so pronounced, similarly to the way the one guy yells "launch" at the end.